Hello everyone, my name is Ken and my channel name is Bearded Accountant. I've just spent the last hour meticulously emptying out this bottle of beard oil, half dropper by half dropper, randomly counting the number of drops per half dropper to make sure it was consistent. And in a moment, after this quick intro, I'll let you know why. Back everyone, and today the reason I'm doing this video is to answer the question that has been asked for years. Standard answer is 1 to 2 months. The question is, how long does a bottle of beard oil last? And the answer is not 1 to 2 months. Well, it is for some people. The answer is, it depends. Now, I got this bottle of beard oil here. This is Grade Before Shave Pine Scent. And the reason I've got this bottle of beard oil is that during the initial parts of the shutdown, one night I was watching beard videos on YouTube and having a couple drinks, decided to do a little shopping and accidentally bought pine scented oil, which is an oil that I cannot stand. But luckily, this beard oil was not wasted because I used it for this little experiment. And what I did was I counted out the basically with this oil, with the dropper, it gave you about half a dropper of oil per squeeze, average of 27 drops per dropper. And what I did was calculated the amount of time that a bottle of beard oil would last you based on your usage. Now, at the lower end of the higher end of the spectrum, there are folks out there with those 5 o'clock shadows that might use 4 drops. And when I say 4 drops, I mean drop, 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 done. Rub it in, get it in. Someone using 4 drops a day, believe it or not, a bottle of beard oil would last them an entire year. Now, let's say you double that up, 8 drops, which is probably more realistic. For someone with that 5 o'clock shadow, they're going to want a little bit more than 4 drops. But I'll tell you that 4 drops spreads out pretty good. If I had nothing but 5 o'clock shadow kind of thing working on, I think that'd be plenty. Someone using 8 drops is going to get 6 months out of a bottle of beard oil. Now, I think where the 1 to 2 months comes in are for those folks using a half a dropper. That'll last a little under 2 months. And those folks using a full dropper, that'll last 27 days, roughly. Someone like me, I use a dropper and a half a day. That's because I put a dropper in my beard and I put half a dropper on my head. I found that beard oil works wonderfully in your hair, as long as you don't overdo it. So for me, a bottle of beard oil, believe it or not, only lasts 18 days. Now, I know there are guys out there that might be using 2 full droppers. And one of those guys, they're looking at 2 weeks and they're done. Okay, and to wrap it up and to summarize my answer, I've been trying really hard to stare at the camera, but I'm going to have to look at some numbers here real quick. Now, as I mentioned, the 1 to 2 month answer is absolutely incorrect. The real answer can be anywhere from 2 weeks to a year. And the quick summary of it, at 4 drops a day, you're going to get a year out of it. Double it up to 8 drops a day and you're going to get 6 months. Now, coming into the more realistic numbers, if you're using a quarter dropper a day, you're going to get 3 months and roughly 18 days. Bump it up to a third of a dropper and you're going to get roughly 2 months, 21 days. Now let's get to the half dropper. That's what they're talking about, I think, when they talk the 1 to 2 months. Whole dropper and a half dropper. A half dropper, you're going to get about 1 month and 24 days. A whole dropper, you're not going to get quite a whole month, more like 27 days. If you're like me and you're going through 1.5 droppers a day, we're talking 18 days. And, if you're one of those guys with a monster beard or you're just applying nonstop throughout the day and you're going through 2 droppers, that beard oil is only going to last you about 2 weeks. So with that, I think that's about it. I think I answered the question, and I'll see you next time.